So I keep seeing this over and over and over and over again. I have a lot of people, thousands of marketers, copywriters, entrepreneurs that follow my work, and there's a lot of wannabes, and there are a few people who are really making it happen. And I noticed this huge difference between the people who are making it happen, who are out there getting clients, making sales, generating whatever success that they're trying to generate, and the people who are just in this perpetual state of struggle or getting ready or learning the last things they need to learn before they actually get started. And it all comes down to what I'm going to share with you in today's episode. So more often than not, this is the secret to success, the secret to more clients, more sales, more success. It goes back to a Gary Halbert quote, movement beats meditation. Now, this comes from somebody who meditates every single day. This comes from somebody who puts a lot of thought into things, but at some point, we have to stop putting thoughts into things and we have to take action. And I swear that in many cases, I would actually be much further along than I am today if I would stop thinking about things that I want to do and would just start doing the things that I want to do. And there's this term that I come back to over and over again, or this statement, this saying that you need to put in the reps. You need to put in the reps. And this comes from it comes from a lot of different sports and physical activity things that you might do. If you want to get great at, I don't know, let's say my son's playing hockey right now. If you want to get great at shooting the hockey puck, standing out on your driveway and shooting 10,000 shots at a goal set up, trying to hit the 1 hole, 2 hole, 3 hole, 4 hole, 5 hole, right? Hitting the different corners of the net. Being intentional about that, but putting in the reps and taking 10,000 shots and then taking 10,000 more. You want to be a quarterback, throw the ball 10,000 times. You want to get strong, you lift the weights 10,000 times, right? It's about putting in the reps. And if you want to be good at getting clients, talking to clients, approaching clients, making sales, writing advertising, doing whatever, putting in the reps is really a almost unbeatable secret to success. And one of the major reasons that it actually works better than just learning and thinking about things is that when you actually do something out in the world, you're going to get feedback from the world about how it responds, right? When you think about taking shots with, hockey puck, right? And when you think about shooting the hockey puck, you're not going to get the same level of feedback as if you actually just go out there with a stick and you start shooting. And you're going to notice that, when it feels this way, the puck does this. When it feels this way, the puck does this. And there's going to constantly be this feedback cycle, and it doesn't even have to happen on a conscious level. A lot of it is going to happen on a subconscious or unconscious level, that you're just noticing things and you're training your subconscious. You're training your subconscious success mechanism through not even through effective, through any kind of movement, action, putting in the reps, taking that consistent action, gaining the experience. And essentially what you're doing is you're testing. Every time you try whatever it is you want to be good at, you're testing and you're saying, did I get the result I want? Did I not get the result that I want? What can I learn from that? And if I want to be more likely to get the result that I want next time, what do I need to do? And a lot of this thinking happens on a subconscious level, on an unconscious level. When you think about how you learned to walk, you didn't study people who walked before you. And I mean, to a degree, kids are looking around at the world and they're seeing people walk, right? But then how they actually learn to walk is they get up, they take a step, they fall over, right? They get up, they fall over. They get up, they take 2 steps, they fall over. And they're constantly testing, okay, if and it's not even conscious, it's not verbal, but they're testing like, oh, if I take these steps and it feels this way, I fall over. But if I take these steps and it feels this way, I stay up. And eventually you become great at walking, but it doesn't happen by sitting. It happens by getting up and walking. Now here's some bad news about this little secret. It's going to make you uncomfortable. If you actually do it and you're trying to develop some new skill, whether it's copywriting, getting clients, making sales, whatever, it's going to make you uncomfortable. I'm sorry, it's going to. And that discomfort is going to come because it forces you to face insecurity. It forces you to face this feeling of like, I don't know what result I'm going to get. I'm going to do something. I might not get the result that I want. I might fail, right? In fact, it will lead to failures. That's the bad news. It's you do this and you're going to fail. Go after clients, you're going to fail. Try to make a sale, you're going to fail. Write some copy, you're going to fail, right? Launch your business, you're going to fail. There are going to be failures. The question is, are you going to get up and are you going to put in the next rep and the next rep and the next rep? Because the good news about this little secret is that when you do it, when you start putting in the reps, when you start taking consistent action, it usually starts to pay off fast. Now, you may not be like, I still remember, and a lot of people may be having this current experience, that copywriting is often sold as this like six-figure business opportunity, six-figure work from home, independent, free business, like freedom-based business opportunity. And it absolutely is for a lot of people who are successful at copywriting. That said, when I got started in marketing, when I got started in copywriting, by taking intentional action, by applying to a bunch of marketing jobs, I was able to, within about 3 months, get started in copywriting and marketing. But six figures? No, I was actually making about $35,000 a year. Now, it was an upgrade from my $21,000 a year, $22,000 a year job working at the customer service call center at the local gas company. And so it was an upgrade. It started paying off quickly. But then in that job, I ended up maxing out my opportunities in that job around $65,000, $70,000 per year. And then I transitioned into freelancing and I replaced my income and I ended up hitting the six figures and all of that, right? If I measured my success as a copywriter on, am I going to hit six figures right away, right? Then I would have felt like a massive failure, right? But if I measured my success on, am I doing what I need to do to take the next step forward and the next step forward and the next step forward, well, then I was able to be successful in that. It did start paying off fairly quickly. I continually increased my income, right? And importantly, I built a lot of momentum. I built a lot of experience. I built a lot of momentum, and I was able to keep growing and growing. And so my recommendation to you is to do whatever it is you want to succeed at, right? Do it before you're ready. Do it before you're ready. On my wall, I keep like this, I keep this Dan Sullivan 4 C's lesson, and I have it on my wall drawn as a circle. It starts with commitment. It does not start with confidence. You might think, oh, I'll be successful when I can be confident, right? I'll do the things that I need to do when I can be confident. The reality is that you can't, right? That's one of the major points of this entire episode. You can't wait for confidence in order to be successful. You have to start with a commitment to take the action that you know might and probably will lead to failure. You're going to commit to something bigger. You're going to commit to something new. You're going to commit to developing a new skill, to experimenting with a new opportunity, right? You're going to commit to that, but you're going to be afraid. You're going to be afraid because you don't know that it's going to work out how you want it to work. Okay, you have to take action anyway. And that action is going to require courage. So the second C, first C is commitment, second C is courage. We act with courage because we don't know if we're good enough for this. We don't know if we're going to succeed. We don't know if we can make it happen. So we act with courage in the face of that uncertainty. And when we continually act with courage, knowing that movement beats meditation, knowing we need to put in the reps if we want to develop this skill, if we want to figure out how to do this right, we have to put in the reps knowing we'll probably do it wrong a few times. As we gain that experience, we're going to gain knowledge, otherwise known as competence, which is the third C. So we made a commitment to take some specific action. We acted with courage in the face of fear, and we learned, we gain competence at whatever skill, whatever this thing is that we're putting in the reps, right? So might be afraid to shoot the hockey puck, right? You act with courage, you take a shot, right? Oh, shoot, that shot was way off, right? It completely missed. Oh, that one made it. Okay, cool. How can I do it a little bit more like the one that made it, right? And we're gaining this competence, which is knowledge, which is skills, which is abilities, right? And as we gain the competence, we gain confidence, right? Confidence is the byproduct of gaining competence. Competence is a byproduct of acting with courage and doing things that we will fail, that we might fail, that we could fail. We could also succeed, right? And courage is required to follow through on the actions that we committed to, right? And that's the 4 C's. And I think about this often in terms of anything that we want to achieve, right? Just don't wait for confidence. You have to make a commitment and act with courage and figure it out. So my call to action to you at the end of this episode is to ask yourself, how can you use this? What do you need to put in the reps on this week, today, tonight, whatever, right? What do you need to put the reps on? Put in the reps on. What action do you need to take when you're not completely sure that it's going to be successful? Think, what are you going to do as a result? Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can get more content like this delivered to you. Most days I talk about copywriting, marketing, business building, that sort of stuff. And some days I talk about how to be a better, more effective person and how to achieve success. And this is very much one of those. If you're interested, I thought a relevant training that you might want to check out inside my BTMSinsiders training library is this training called Training Your Subconscious Success Mechanism. Many times those fears that we have of failure, of things not going our way, are holding us back at a subconscious as well as a conscious level. And that training is all about how to work through that and come out much stronger mentally on the other side. That's Training Your Subconscious Success Mechanism. That's part of the BTMSinsiders training library, which is a streaming library of copywriting and marketing courses that's like Netflix for copywriting and marketing training. You pay one low monthly fee, get instant streaming access to all of it. I'm Roy Furr. This is Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. And I do this every day. I'll catch you again in the next episode. I'll see you soon. Bye. Thank you once again for tuning in to this daily episode of Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. Remember, check out the links with this episode for even more value. Now make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and engage in every way you can to keep this show going and growing and delivering daily value to you. I'll catch you soon for your next big breakthrough.